Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ. And make sure you hit that like button. And we got a lot to get into before hopping into this game versus the Seahawks. So first off, I actually had to upgrade for Wayne Gallman after that big performance last week, going over 200 yards. He did win NFC Offensive Player of the Week, so he got a bunch of XP for that. But what's funny, look at the AFC Offensive Player of the Week, Sam Darnold. It says that he had 4 passing touchdowns, then he had 2 sacks. I don't understand that. Probably they meant he got sacked 2 times. I don't know why they would include that in his stats. So Derrius Guice is returning from injury this game, so we do have an extra running back in. One thing we decided to do, the trade deadline was last week, we decided to keep Chris Thompson. And the reason why is because, you know, if another injury happens, I'm going to need him. And especially with the season that we're having, we're going to need him down the stretch. So I am going to keep him. He's going to be that shotgun back more. I don't know if he's going to be the exact third down back because depending on the formation, we'll have different people in. But I'm definitely going to be using Guice and Gallman together more. So we'll see that rotation of these 3 running backs quite a bit. So speaking of those running backs, I did decide to make a change to our focus players here. I actually am including Wayne Gallman in here, and specifically because I did have Mike Perkins, the receiver, but he hasn't been getting in much. So, you know, training him isn't really paying off too much right now because he's not getting that extra XP from gameplay. So I decided to add Wayne Gallman in here. So I do have Connor Steffens, and I do want to kind of build him up though because he's going to eventually be the starter, I think, come next year. He's already got 2 blocked field goals already. But he's eventually going to be the starter because Josh Norman's getting older. I don't know what the plan with him is going forward. So we're going to have to make some changes there come next year. I don't know if he'll move to safety or what. But I definitely want to make changes there. Or even Connor Steffens might move to safety. You never know. And then I've been using JJ Marble as that other focus player as well. So we are at the midpoint of the season, and surprisingly, actually no trades went down at the trade deadline. So no changes of any players across the board, but you can see the top teams in the NFC. The Saints are there, we're there. The Falcons are also there, and the Rams, Giants, and Packers and Cowboys are pretty much atop of each division. And surprisingly, the Giants their only 2 losses are versus us, and that's, I guess it's a good thing, but we don't know because that game-winning field goal we had versus them last time, that was kind of a glimpse into the future. I mean, that's going to be a tough matchup every year going forward now that they have a new starting quarterback. So just looking through the NFC divisions, you see the races are pretty close in each division, probably except this one, NFC West. So we're going up against the Seahawks, who are second in their division at 4-4. So let's hop into the game. So we are facing this Seahawks team, and they actually do still have Cam Chancellor. He did not retire in this franchise. And then they have Earl Thomas. So the Legion of Boom is halfway still there. So this is going to be a tough road game as you see him coming out of the tunnel right there. Not much has changed on their offensive side of the ball. They do have Cole Beasley they added at receiver. But besides that, the same Seahawks. No real impact rookies. So here is Russell Wilson coming out. 13 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 1,600 yards. Having a pretty decent year so far to start out this first half of the season. So here we go. We're underway. They start out with the ball, giving the ball to Rashad Penny, and he's not picking up anything on the first play of the game. So here's Russell Wilson under center, throwing to the left side, and he's going to find his favorite target over the years, Doug Baldwin, for the first down. So now 1st and 10, play action fake to Penny at running back, but throwing the ball across the middle. And look at the Madden cheese already. Look at this ball go right past my guy. I had an interception. I hit the button. Didn't give it to me, and that's a first down. So now at the 50-yard line, 1st and 10. Here's Rashad Penny getting the ball. Look at this blocking by this offensive line as he picks up 20 yards on that carry. The offensive line of the Seahawks really not known for blocking really well. Russell Wilson is kind of one of those quarterbacks that's just running for his life, and I mean, it's not showing in this game as now we do get a tackle for loss, and that time it's Ryan Kerrigan off of the edge. So now on a 3rd and 9, run the screen play to Penny, and look at the blocking on this one. All those chop blocks, and they pick up the first down. So now 2nd and 6 at the 13-yard line. Here is Russell Wilson throwing over the middle to Chris Carson this time out of the backfield, and he's getting inside the 5-yard line. So now facing a 1st and goal at the 4. There is Penny. He doesn't even get touched on that carry, and he gets in for the touchdown, and they take the 7-0 lead already on the first drive. So Alex Smith isn't having too bad of a year. 2,300 yards more yards than Russell Wilson, but definitely the 9 touchdowns and 6 interceptions, pretty much an Alex Smith type of year. I think he's turned the ball over a little bit more than what we're used to, but I mean, I think he's doing pretty well. He's winning games, and that's really all that matters. So here is Derrius Guice getting his first touches since coming back from injury, and you can see he hasn't lost a step picking up the first down there, and Alex Smith does find Sprinkle on the next play. So now on a 2nd and 5 here from the 46, here's Alex Smith with a clean pocket throwing out to Paul Richardson Jr. with that big contract, and I do like him a lot. I think he's going to add a lot to our offense if we get him going in the deep passing game, especially versus Legion of Boom. I think we need to throw over the top of Earl Thomas, maybe get him on a couple of underneath routes, and we'll see what he does. But now facing a 3rd and 11, here's Jamison Crowder open over the middle, and for some reason Alex Smith throws the ball at his feet. So we punt the ball away with Tressway, and look at that punt inside the 5-yard line at the 1. So now here's Russell Wilson under center trying to get the safety here. We send the all-out blitz, but we did over pursue just a little bit, missing Penny in the end zone. So now on a 3rd and inches, here is Chris Carson this time, and using his blockers to shield off a hole, and he gets through it, and they are now outside of the 20-yard line. So now here is Rashad Penny one more time, getting some great blocking, avoiding the tackler that time, Derek Johnson, and picking up the first down. So now on a 2nd and 10 this time, we are getting to Penny on that one, led by Deron Payne, as we do force a 3rd and 11. Here's Russell Wilson running for his life once again, and we do get him to slide before the first down marker, and he punts it back to us. So now towards the end of the first quarter, coming out on a play action, and Alex Smith is going to be sacked by Jones on that one. So now facing a 3rd and 12 here. Little blitz off the edge, but Alex Smith does buy a little bit of time and throws over the top, but too much touch on that pass and way overthrown for Paul Richardson, as we had to punt the ball right back to the Seahawks. So now Tressway is having such a great game so far. 2 punts inside the 10-yard line, but no problem for Russell Wilson. Both drives he's got them out of inside the 10. So now here on the next play on the 33-yard line, running handoff up the middle and not picking up anything. So on a 3rd and 9, getting it out to Doug Baldwin, but he's not going to get to the first down marker, and we do force the punt. So Alex Smith takes back over at our 20. So now on the first play, here's Jordan Reed getting his first touch of the game for a nice 7-yard gain. So now on a 2nd and 3, here's Guice finding an open hole and getting the first down. He's got 24 yards already so far. So now on a 2nd and 12, run a play action fake, throwing to a wide open Jamison Crowder, and nice play that time by Bobby Wagner coming off of his man and deflecting that pass. So now facing a 3rd and 12 here, throwing across the middle, and Josh Doxson is wide open there and getting past the 50-yard line for our biggest gain of the game so far, and that is going to be a first down into field goal range. So now on a 1st and 10, giving it to Guice, but there is a flag on the play. So this one's coming back, and we're going to be set up with bad field position, as now we are out of field goal range. So now on a 2nd and 16, no problem. Jordan Reed, our star tight end, gets open for a first down, getting all that yardage back. So no problem on that flag. So now on a 1st and 10, here's Chris Thompson. And I just love Chris Thompson out of the shotgun. Running the ball with him is pretty easy. I mean, he can fit through all these holes. And here he is once again getting up the middle and picking up a nice 12-yard gain and getting inside the 5-yard line for a 1st and goal. And that sets up a Derrius Guice handoff up the middle. And he uses that power. And this is what I've been missing. And not saying Wayne Gallman is a slouch by any means, but the power difference between Guice and Gallman, it's pretty big. So now here, starting out on the next drive. 7-7 game. 5 minutes left in the second quarter. Here's Rashad Penny picking up a couple of yards on that one, some tough yards. So now on a 3rd and 6, throwing out to a wide open Chris Carson. Russell Wilson does overthrow his running back out of the backfield, and he punts the ball right back to us. So now here's Alex Smith on the next drive, but he throws the ball away, and that sets up a 3rd and 10. So now at the 20-yard line, 3rd and 10 here is Alex Smith throwing the ball to the right side, and that's the reason why you do not trade a guy like Chris Thompson. I think I'm just going to ride it out with him, and he is older, but, I mean, that is just so valuable to have a back that can receive like him. He just gets open, and that's something that you really can't replace. Even with Alex Brown, I do have mold like him, but I mean, you just can't replace that production. So hopefully I can get somebody. I don't know if Alex Brown is going to be that guy, but we'll see going forward. So now we get down to a 3rd and long after taking a sack, and look who's in, Mike Perkins. You remember Mike Perkins, the undrafted guy, and he ended up being quick development. He gets in for a clutch catch on that one. So now we are past the 50-yard line at the 2-minute warning. Here is Jamison Crowder getting open across the middle and picking up the 1st down. So we're trying to milk the clock a little bit and as well as get into the end zone. So here is Chris Thompson getting open on the outside, putting on a move on the defender that time, Griffin, and he picks up the 1st down. So now we are inside the 15-yard line as that time does continue to run, and here is Guice getting the handoff, picking up a couple of blocks and getting inside the 5-yard line. So we do want to get 6 on the board before half. So now facing a 3rd and goal there. Derrius Guice has an open lane into the end zone for the touchdown, and they are happy to have him back, that offensive line, as they do get on the board before halftime, making this a 14-7 lead on the road. So now to start the second half, here we do start out with the ball. We put it away to them to start the game, to kick the ball away to them to start the game. And look at that touch pass. We learned our lesson earlier from Bobby Wagner deflecting, and we do pick up the 1st down on that one. So now here's Derrius Guice getting the handoff up the middle, and he's picking up a nice gain on that one. So now on a 2nd and 2, throwing the ball to the right side, and look at Vernon Davis was wide open, and he did not go after that pass. I don't know what that was. So on a 3rd and 2, you know the Madden cheese is going to be on it, and just like that missed opportunity, wide open guy, he doesn't go for the pass, and we don't get the 1st down. So now we have another great punt by Tress Way. He's having a really good game, pinning them inside the 5-yard line once again. So now facing a 3rd and 8. Here is Russell Wilson throwing across the field, and that's a cardinal sin. He was running to the right side, throwing to the left, and that's an easy interception for DJ Swearinger, and I'm glad to have locked him up. He's going to be a great player going forward on our defense, a staple. And what's funny about him is that, you know, if he does get older at safety, I can always move him to linebacker. He plays the sub linebacker right now, and there you can see we've missed you, man. Derrius Guice back, and he doesn't seem like he has any rust to him. He's running with power, running with speed, and now we take the 21-7 lead as look at Russell Wilson going right back at DJ Swearinger. Look how close that was to being an interception, but Cole Beasley does come up with that. So now at the 45-yard line, 1st and 10. Here Russell Wilson throwing the ball deep, but Fabian Morrow, who's having himself a great year, comes up with the deflection. So now facing a 2nd and 10, throwing the ball across the middle to Cole Beasley. And now Russell Wilson is over 100 yards, and we've actually been shutting the run game or the pass game down. So now on a 3rd and 2, Zach Brown comes up with the big hit, and we do get them to settle for the long field goal, and that one is going to be barely over the crossbar, and they are going to make it an 11-point game. So now here's Alex Smith coming back out on the next drive, finding Josh Doxson across the middle for a 1st down. So now at the 39-yard line, play action fake, and wide open down the field is Paul Richardson. And wow, what a miss. This actually happened last game, a wide open Paul Richardson on that exact same play, and we run it again. and it comes up empty. So now on a 3rd and 16, try to throw the ball deep to him, and we get bailed out by the pass interference. And we needed that one because that missed opportunity was a easy touchdown, but we do get inside the 35-yard line. So now facing a 3rd and 6 here. Alex Smith thrown out to the left side, and like I said, this is why you don't get rid of him. Chris Thompson converts for another first down. So now on a couple of plays later, 3rd and 11, rolling out to the right side, throwing the ball to Chris Thompson, and that's deflected. But look at this. Alex Smith takes a shot, and he looks like he injures his wrist. I'm not really sure what is going on there, so we'll find out on the next drive what the trainers say. So now here's Seattle taking back over after the field goal, after a false start penalty, throwing the ball to the left side, and look who's there on the first pass of the next drive. Josh Norman, another interception. Add that to his resume, and that's the reason you pay him the big bucks. I mean, you got to have a guy that can shut down opposing receivers, but look at this. Alex Smith is actually out for the game with a dislocated elbow. We'll have to find out how long he'll be out for. So that's going to bring in Joshua Dobbs out of Tennessee to finish out this game, as this is his first real meaningful action here at quarterback for the Redskins. And here is Chris Thompson getting the handoff, and he's picking up the first down after taking a major hit from Earl Thomas. So what we want to do, we want to get him some easy throws, not put too much pressure on him. So here we are getting it out to Chris Thompson once again for another first down, and that's his first completion of his Redskins career. So now on another play, Chris Thompson gets 7 yards. So 2nd and 3 here inside the 20-yard line, throwing the ball across the middle to Josh Doxson, picking up the first down. But look at Josh Doxson. He goes down with the injury too. So 2 straight injuries on this drive, in this quarter actually. And we do have to go for it on the 2nd and 6, and that one's going to be a strip sack. Josh Dobbs coughs it up, and man, what a way to start this out on his first drive, fumbling already as we move into the 4th quarter. As here's Russell Wilson trying to play catch up, and he does find Cole Beasley on that play for the first down. So now on a 1st and 10 here, Russell Wilson throwing out to the flats, not picking up anything. So now facing a 3rd and 9 here from the 46-yard line, throwing the ball across the middle. Tyler Lockett's going to come up with that one, and he is going to pick up enough yards for the first down. So a couple plays later, another 3rd down, but look at this false start on the offense. So even longer, 3rd and 16 at the 49-yard line. Here is Russell Wilson throwing the same slant route, and this time Cole Beasley is not going to pick up the first down. So now on a 4th and 2 here at the 37-yard line, here he is giving the ball to Penny, and Penny barely picks up the first down, and Derek Johnson is in on the tackle, but not before the chains are moved. So now on a 1st and 10, this offensive line is really jumpy. I don't know if they're nervous for this pass rush, but now they're facing a 1st and 15, throwing the ball to the right side, and Troy Apke almost comes up with an interception, and that is going to be dropped on the sideline. So now facing a 3rd and 8, here's Russell Wilson running backwards that time, but throwing out to Cole Beasley, but not enough for the first down. So they do have to go for it on the 4th and 2, and another false start penalty on this offensive line, as now they're facing a 4th and 7 at the 32-yard line. Here's Russell Wilson throwing to the left side, and he is going to convert the first down. 2 4th down conversions, 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, as Russell Wilson is keeping it alive. So now on a 3rd and 10, throwing out to the left side, and that's Ryan Kerrigan on the deflection. Don't see many plays like that from him. So now on a 4th and 10 from the 25-yard line, throwing the ball up the seam, and Doug Baldwin is there for the catch. That was actually to Sean Woodley on the coverage, the rookie, and he could not make the play. So now we have a job here. We have to milk this clock. Only up by 7 here, moving into under 2 minutes left in this 4th quarter, and here is Derrius Guice finding an open hole up the middle on the 3rd down. and picking up the first down. So now Seattle's down to 1 timeout, getting the toss play out to Guice, and we just fall forward, get them to use a timeout, don't want to take a hit, don't want to risk fumbling, and we do get them to use all their timeouts. So now on a 3rd and 9, getting a first down here, wins it, and here is Dobbs scrambling, and he picks up the first down while avoiding the hit from Bobby Wagner. What a way to win this game. Backup quarterback using his wheels. I think the speed difference between him and Alex Smith is about 6 points. I think Dobbs has 84 speed. Alex Smith is about 78 speed. So that's actually a pretty big difference. You can tell on that scramble. And he's got 88 acceleration, which is really good for a quarterback. You can definitely scramble out of situations. And that time it seals the game for us, as we don't have a big game running the ball or receiving. It was just a solid win, and we did go up against a solid Seahawks team. They have a pretty good defense on this game, especially with Earl Thomas and Cam Chancellor still there. And you saw that we weren't able to make any big passing plays except for that miscue on that deep pass to Paul Richardson. But this was just a solid win. We forced a couple of turnovers. Russell Wilson's usually good for a couple. He takes a lot of risks at quarterback. He's a game manager that takes risks. That's what I kind of call him. And he can run as well. So we did force those 2 interceptions. One did set up a score. So it is pretty good to win this game on the road. So hit subscribe, hit that like button. We are continuing this NFC West matchup next week, so you don't want to miss that one. So stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.